Good morning, guys, and welcome to Unique and Different with me, Shamla. And today I have Mr. Kenneth Surratt, who is an executive member of the Trinidad and Tobago Blind Welfare Association. Mr. Surratt just came out of a recently concluded workshop, Transforming Life Through Education, with the International Council of Educators for Visually Impaired for the Caribbean and the North American region. So today we are here to talk about via phone. We are here to talk about, what was the genesis behind it and its impact. So good morning, Mr. Surratt. How are you doing?
Good good morning, Shamla. I'm doing well, and thank you very much for this opportunity to highlight methods and techniques we trying to teach parents and teachers on how to educate children who are blind and visually impaired.
So can you tell us how this collaboration came about with your organization as well as the International Council for Educators for the North American and Caribbean region?
Okay. I am the executive officer of the Blind Welfare Association, and I start thinking we need to make some international linkages. So what we have done, we have become a member of the World Blind Union. We have been member of the International Blind Sport Association, and also now we are a member of the International Council for the Education of People with Visual Impairment. What this international linkage gives us new ways or new techniques on how to assist children in the classroom with education. So last year we had a virtual workshop, 2-day workshop, trying to promote the method of teaching children who are blind and visually impaired. But this year we decided enough is enough with virtual stuff. So we got the president of ICEVI, Ms. Susan Laventia. We had Dr. Mike Bina and Dr. Adam in the country to assist us on techniques. So we started off the Monday dealing with the anatomy of the eyes, and also we had 2 days with the parents and teachers. The last 3 days we focused on techniques on teaching children who are blind using audio, using tactile, and we want to go start using 3D imaging to start bringing real stuff from the classroom to the fingertip of the child who is blind.
So, Mr. Surratt, who made up the audience for this? And were there any members within the members that have influence in terms of policy and could implement this in the school system, the mainstream school system?
Well, the audience they were parents. We had student aides, teachers, and administrators from the Ministry of Education. So it was a wide cross section. So we are hoping to move it to another level where also NALIS was part of this training workshop, especially since with the Marrakesh Treaty, where Trinidad and Tobago amended the copyright law to accommodate persons who are blind through making printed material accessible for the print disabled or the blind. So it was a wide cross-section of persons getting involved to truly reach the mind of the student who is blind through touch, through audio, through other means in the absence of visual learning.
Okay, and in terms of like Ministry of Education, NALIS, and so on, what are you hoping in terms of impact and the takeaways and type of implementation coming out from this workshop?
So what we propose is that we set up a team of representatives from the Ministry of Education, NALIS, the Blind Welfare Association, and also the Ministry of Health. Because one of the key things coming out of the workshop, children 7 years and under must be screened to assess their visual impairment and the appropriate aids provided. If this is not done, there's a certain period in your life that the brain must learn to see. If that time passes, you could give back someone their sight. They still wouldn't see because the brain didn't learn to see. The Ministry of Health used to do the screening prior to COVID, and we are encouraging the Ministry of Education and Health to start that screening program back for children 7 years and under.
Okay, and Mr. Surratt, since you started your work through the Trinidad and Tobago Blind Welfare Association, have you seen any major dramatic changes in terms of, policy and implementation of policies and so on, and initiatives through your organization that would support, persons who are blind and visually impaired in the school
I will
systems
say,
and
I will, I will, yeah, I will say yes. It's not at the pace we wanted, but the answer is yes. We to start with the accessible currency. That was a major breakthrough to get central bank to make the TT dollar accessible, and two, the amendment of the copyright law to make printed material accessible for the print disabled and the blind. So those are two big ticket items. Presently, the government has draft legislation to protect persons with disability for review. My advice to all persons with disability, get hold of that draft legislation. If you want, you could WhatsApp me, 718-6373, and I will send you a copy so you can look at it, make your comment, and submit it to the line ministry, that is the Ministry of Social Development, and two, the Human Rights Department of the Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago. So it is very, very important to participate in this process.
Awesome. Mr. Surratt, I want to say thank you so much for coming and sharing this information. I think it's worthwhile what you're doing, and especially having stakeholders like Ministry of Education and so on that would have impact for the young students to carry generations forward. So thank you so much. And guys, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to this week's segment of Unique Not Different. As I always say, be good, do good. Bye, guys.